Oof, that was a rough one. Cavs a winner tonight, 87-86 against the Philadelphia Sixers. Here at the Q, Chris Fedor, Joe Vardon, and Chris Haynes to recap this one. And
do we have to?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this one, Chris. It was one of the worst performances that the Cavs have had all season long.
It was pretty bad. And, just watching, just observing, it wasn't appealing to the eyes by any stretch of the imagination. These guys out here tonight, they were bricking shots. They were turning the ball over. They weren't getting back on D. Anything that can be done negative on the basketball court was accomplished out there tonight. And you would expect that from the 76ers, but not by the Cavaliers. And that was just disappointing and disheartening. I know everybody will say, hey, they got the win. Yes, that is very good.
Yeah.
But you have to be concerned with the effort and the output that they put out there tonight.
In the third quarter, Philadelphia scores a bucket. Everyone runs down the floor. Kevin Love inbounds the ball to LeBron. There's no one within 30 feet of him. The ball bounces, hits LeBron in the hands, and rolls out of bounds. What do you say? What do you say about a game like that, where things like that happen and the Cavs still win?
Okay, so what do you contribute it to, Joe?
I am actually of the believer that, in an 82-game season in basketball or 162 in baseball, there's just ugly nights.
Okay.
We have to remember it wasn't too long ago that they destroyed Memphis,
right,
playing one of the finest basketball games at least I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the team. I mean, they're playing Brooklyn on the road. They're playing Philadelphia at home. I mean, I think on Thursday you'll see a more focused team against them.
All right, here's my frustration when it comes to this game, and it's the same thing from the Brooklyn game. They're coming off the game against Memphis, and they play brilliant. They share the ball. They do the things offensively that a team has to do against one of the best defenses in the NBA. So after putting in that kind of performance, it's like they looked at that and said, well, that was fun, but we're going to try something different here against Brooklyn and against Philadelphia. And they reverted back to hero ball, and they reverted back to some bad habits that aren't going to work in the postseason. Why can't they do what they did against Memphis, against a team like Brooklyn or Philadelphia?
I have no clue. I think they will never admit this, but I think it comes to a point where this team, right, in particular, throughout the course of the season, they played down to a level of competition, depending on who they're playing. Brooklyn Nets, they have no business being in the, fighting for Eastern, playoff spot, but it's the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia 76ers have no business being in the ball game right here. My story should have been finished at halftime.
Yes.
It shouldn't have waited all the way down to the closing minutes of the game or the closing seconds of the game for we to find out who's going to leave victorious.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what LeBron says. I asked him, and he was like, I asked him about, is there a little funk?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what funk?
Yeah.
You start talking about the record. You cannot be, if you're a Cavaliers fan or if you're a player on this team, you cannot come out here and say that you're not concerned, because this type of effort, especially ending this season this way, is not the way you want to do things.
87-86 the final. Cavs a winner, 16 straight wins here at the Q. Joe, another thing that frustrated me about tonight's game, David Blatt mentioned in the pregame about resting guys. Seems like he's not willing to do that. Seems like he wants to get the number 2 seed first and foremost. He also wants to be playing quality basketball heading into the postseason with some positive momentum. So if you're in one of these games against the 76ers, this is an opportunity, you would think, to at least rest guys in the fourth quarter. If you're not going to sit guys completely, manage their minutes throughout the game. LeBron had to play 38 minutes tonight. So did Kyrie Irving. That shouldn't happen against the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I think that David has backed himself into a little bit of a corner here because they will rest LeBron. Mm-hmm. They will. I mean, that's been their plan all along. If it wasn't David's, then it was the people above him's plan, and I'm sure it was LeBron's too. But he has kind of drawn the line saying, well, there are things that we need to accomplish first. Now, of course, what that means is clinching the division. And if that happens quickly, then you'll certainly see LeBron and maybe Kyrie sit a couple games. But if it's slow, that's when he kind of runs into a problem, because at the end of the day, what is far more important is the health of the team, and that was punctuated tonight what happened to Kevin Love and Iman Shumpert.
This would have been a good game to rest some guys.
Yes.
I thought probably LeBron would rest, maybe even Kyrie. Then you got that long break. You have to play, you don't have to play Miami until Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they missed the opportunity.
Cavs are going to take Monday off and Tuesday off, so that's good for Kevin Love and it's good for Iman Shumpert. You had a chance to talk to Shump. What's the diagnosis on him?
No, he said he was all right. He was walking around fine, laughing, smiling with his girlfriend, with some of his players. I mean, some of his family members. So he's good. Kevin Love was like, he was a little irritated when we went to talk to him. Man. I don't know what was up with him, man, but he was. I don't know. He said he'll be all right. He said he expects to be out there Thursday, and he said he's feeling fine right now. So far, the Cavaliers, they leave here unscathed, injury standpoint.
You know what? I'm irritated with Kevin Love, too. There was one point in the game where he attempted a floater. Dude, you're not a guard. You're a power forward. Take it strong. Maybe set a tone nice and early. Don't play into the hands of the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a floater as a power forward.
How you feel about Shump's missed dunk?
Yeah, he's going to be unchecked and a fool. That's for darn sure.
He's missed a couple.
He really has.
And he got himself hurt doing it tonight. It was that kind of day.
Yes, it was one of the worst performances all season long. But as LeBron said, as Kyrie said, and David Blatt said post-game, a win is a win, and they're not going to give back a win.
At least they agree on that.
J.R. Smith doesn't, however. He said on Philadelphia 76ers radio that maybe the Cavs need to be taught a lesson, and sometimes you learn a lesson more through losing than through winning.
Okay.
You buy into that?
No, we'll see. We'll see. But you know what? I don't think we deserve to expound upon what J.R. Smith said, because the Cavaliers put out there a lackluster effort.
Yes.
I believe we should put together a lackluster post-game effort right now.
Continue to check out cleveland.com.
Some would say we do that most times.
That's right.
Well, let's take it a step lower here.
Setting the bar low here. cleveland.com/Cavs for all of your Cavs coverage of one of the ugliest performances of the year. No, what am I talking about? It wasn't one of. Let's erase that. The ugliest performance of the year for the Cavs, 87-86. They're back at it Thursday against the Miami Heat. For Joe Vardon, Chris Haynes, I'm Chris Fedor.